Ladies and gentlemen, we just found one of the cleanest bath and a half 2011 Prevost Featherlights we've ever seen. We're hanging out with Mayan at RV Max. How you doing today, sir?
Doing good. Good to see you, Andrew.
Likewise, and this is a beautiful Prevost Featherlight. The interior, the exterior, the way the bays are configured, really amazing coach. What is the story on this coach?
This coach, it's got nice miles on it for its age. It's a 2011 Featherlight. That's a bath and a half floor plan with tons of updates. It's just a really well-rounded coach, and I think a great find. Yes,
sir. 130,000 miles on it, and you've got it priced here at RV Max in Greenville, South Carolina for $749,000, I believe.
That's on the money.
$749, and I think when people go through this coach, they're going to be able to really appreciate the refinement and just the spec of this coach. This exterior color combination with the white, black, and gold, and just classy, timeless colors, and those colors are going to tie in really well with the interior. Now, right now, we've got the Ventari lawn chairs out, the signature lawn chairs that come with the coach.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a Featherlight, it wouldn't be a luxury Prevost coach without your beautiful Zip-D aluminum chairs, right? Come on. They're just shining in the sun. And they're actually pretty practical. I mean, if you're walking to the beach, lightweight little fellers.
Yeah, very comfortable, very durable. And what I like the most about them is they don't take up a lot of space. And we'll show you in the bays here a spot to store those lawn chairs. Now, here in bay one, you've got a full pass-through bay. The H3 is going to have the tallest bays in the industry. You've got a power slide tray here lined with carpet. Pretty simple bay for storage in bay one. And now bay two is really cool. This is like an outdoor kitchen area, and it's got a huge countertop space right here. I like the little spot for a paper towel holder. Out here, a lot of times you're gonna need, paper towels when you're out tailgating. There is some more storage on this slide tray behind this outside kitchen area. That comes out quite a ways here as well. Got some good storage here. I'm gonna have to move these lawn chairs a little bit.
That looks amazing. I love the stainless and aluminum work too on both the slide out trays.
Yeah, really good condition, really well finished off. And then, when we open and close these drawers, the quality of the cabinets. And then right away here, this is telling a story of a seasoned owner. They've got a lot of extra belts. You don't know when you're gonna throw a belt in one of these coaches, so nice to have that. And we'll show more of the engine compartment here in a moment. It does have those belt tensioners. And then right here, we were talking about a spot to store some of the lawn chairs. And actually, these will just fold up super easily, not taking up a bunch of space in your bays. You've got that nice little carpeted compartment for 2 of the 4 lawn chairs. Keep those out of sight, out of mind. And I can't tell you how many motorhomes I've been in where the chairs took up a good part of the bay. So really nice configuration there. And then above that, there's actually a table here housed. And it's ideal to have 2 people when bringing this out. But let's fold this out here. I'm not really sure. We're doing this all in real time here. We have not tested this at all. There you go. Oh.
Looks like we're getting set up for a nice fun time. We're gonna have some food set up out here or whatever.
We're ready for a Clemson game here. We're right around the corner from Clemson University. So.
Let's go. Maybe we'll end up at the tailgating game.
Yes, sir.
Be the center of attention.
Yeah.
I grew up seeing the Prevost bus and always being in awe of it. We had a spot right next to a guy who had a Prevost bus growing up tailgating at the Clemson games.
Yeah, if you want to make a statement when you're tailgating, no better way to do it than having a Prevost bus. Now in this bay, this is going to be the generator. Talking about tailgating, you're ready to do some serious dry camping with this PowerTech 20 kW generator, 2,600 hours on it. And then here we've got our inverter bypass switches, the air regulators for the airbags for the generator there.
And over here you've got your main inverter breakers. We've got these Blue Sea System breakers throughout the coach. And these are quiet too. I mean, you barely will hear this generator.
Yeah, I like that quiet box again with those stainless faces on the doors of the generator bay. Talk about outdoor tailgating here. This is set up for it. It does have a little refrigerator outside here, as well as some more drawer space. Now, does this, oh yeah, here's a little slide out drawer on top here.
Yeah, it's all in great shape. And I love the carpeting on these drawers. I think that's a cool little touch. And that looks set up for something.
Like some wine glasses or something, or?
Definitely.
Here's your dual-sided fuel fill for your 200-gallon diesel fuel tank. That's got to be a newer TV. Samsung Smart TV, it looks like.
Yeah, still got the sticker on it. And I love the cabinetry color in this coach. I think it goes well with the coloring of the stripes too, if you're just kind of sitting back and looking at it.
And it's going to change when we go into the interior of the coach. You know, a lot of these coaches, they use the same exact cabinets inside and outside, but I like that they changed it up a little bit on this coach to really have the theme flow. Looks like some speakers below, as well as a Kenwood stereo. Back here, I'm seeing 2021 date codes on the drive axle tires. These are Michelin tires, and we're gonna take it for a test drive in this video as well.
Yeah, good tires, and this thing was kept out of the sun, so.
Yeah, 21 on the tag as well. And I'm gonna just double check the drive axle or the steer axle here. 2021 date codes on the steer. So 21 we're seeing on this side of the coach. I'm assuming they're 21 all the way around.
Paint on this thing is just glazing right now.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any paint checking. And when we go in the interior, you're gonna see the cabinets are all in really good shape as well. There's that Detroit Diesel Series 60. So this is a pre-DEF coach, one of the last pre-DEF Series 60s. And then to have a bath and a half, super rare. I don't know if I've seen very many Prevos with a bath and a half with the Series 60. I think Featherlight was one of the few making a bath and a half coach of this era.
Good combo right here for sure. And she puts that, I think you're gonna find when you feel the power, it can put it down.
Yeah, looking forward to test driving this. I mentioned that belt tensioner earlier, just such a game changer. If you do need to change a belt, makes life so much easier. You've got an auxiliary engine reservoir here.
Yeah, this engine is really legendary. And yeah, like you said, being pre-def, its value can almost go up in some ways, in some regards.
Absolutely. 20,000 pound towing capacity as well if you want to tow a big stacker trailer. Side radiator coach, of course. And I like to point out, you know, how flush the sides of these Prevos are. This is a double slide, and this is a large slide room here in the back of the coach, but just so flush the way it all comes in.
Yeah, that slide is massive. Good point.
And we're gonna show you what it's like with the slide rooms in, with the slide rooms out on the interior while it's going down the road. But what's going on in this bay here?
So this right here is our main plumbing bay. Love the way that compartment door opens too.
Yeah, that swinging bay door.
Yes, pretty straightforward setup. You've actually got easy access to your water pump on the bottom right there. Got a nice stainless outside shower, black and gray flush. Your tank monitor, of course.
Yeah, and I like that hardware. I like how they finish everything off so we don't have to look at everything, but there's our city water connection with a power hose reel, a manifold system.
Straightforward, easy to get to.
And even that hardware, you know, just when you open and close that door, you really feel that quality.
Totally. I am into a solid clasp.
Yes, sir.
It's the same with the doors on these things, like all these compartment doors.
Oh yeah, nothing like a Prevost bay door. And the X's are even a little bit more firm, I feel like, because you have that latch where it's like a Volt when you close it, but still a commercial grade machine here. And I like this little toolbox here above our, oh, it's locked, above our Aqua-Hot 600. So big boy Aqua-Hot, and then a nice Craftsman toolbox, well lit. Does have that key to lock those drawers so that they're not opening up while you're going down the road.
You've actually got the updated interface for the Aqua-Hot 600, which is a nice plus.
Yeah.
Easier to assess what's going on in the Aqua-Hot.
Yeah, and everything's super clean. I see, you know, the Aqua-Hot fluid reservoir over here, you know, very clean. Sometimes when you start to see these in these buses, they really show wear and tear, but, you know, every compartment, we've already looked in the interior of this coach, just a super clean, well cared for coach. Wow, those are the big boy inverters back there. Are those twin 4,000 watt inverters?
Those are twin, I believe, 5,000
really?
inverters.
And are those the original inverters?
I believe these were replaced.
Okay.
So we do have a boost and output on this thing.
Well, and I've heard, you know, those twin 5,000 watt inverters, that's a huge upgrade. Not many people are using that level of equipment. Do you know if you can run the ACs off of just the inverters?
You can.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's a big plus for sure. Keeping the generator, and then you can put the generator into auto mode where it'll fire up at a certain voltage threshold and keep you going.
Yeah, you know, even with the AGM batteries, you know, a lot of people have gone to lithium batteries to run the AC units, but it's not just the batteries, it's gonna be all of the electrical system, and those inverters are just as important as the batteries, if not more. So twin 5,000 watts, that's some super heavy duty equipment. You're not seeing that in most motorhomes.
True.
Now, what else? There's a lot going on in this bay. I see a button for the shore cord reel here. It does have a power shore cord, but what all is going on in this bay?
It does, yeah. So your shore power cord goes through this tube right here, and then you control it via this little switch.
Nice. So that's going to get ran down underneath the coach, so it's out of sight, out of mind.
Exactly.
Nice.
And you do have the little skirts.
Yeah, the signature feather light feature there gives it that nice low profile, and like you said, keeps the dust below the coach. And then,
Yep.
you know, this is totally random, but it looks like a towel bar. I'm assuming just to hang a towel, but you know, I think we all can use a towel when we're out here in this area of the coach. So nice to have that.
Yeah, and even a little extra storage if you want to put a few more things in here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is your main incoming power. So you've got your 50 amp coming through here, and then it'll tell you you've got reverse polarity going into the coach.
Nice.
It's a smart coach. It'll try not to let bad power come in.
Very cool.
Now this is just storage right here. You can see the other side of our little entertainment bay that has that countertop.
Yeah, and I like the simplicity of this power slide tray. It's just a simple chain mechanism with a little electric motor. You know, super simple, easy to repair if you do need to, you know, maintain that.
Maintenance is a good thing to think about on these coaches.
Yes, sir.
They all have to be maintained at some point.
Yeah, absolutely. Now here's the other side of the front bay that's a full pass-through bay, and I think this would be another spot that we could store a couple of those lawn chairs. It looks like there's some extra screens up here right now, maybe for some of the windows, but we even have these nice drawers with a nice face here. Yeah, and then when we close those, you just feel that Prevost structure. We've talked about it before, where at the RV show, they'll put one of the Prevost wheels like a foot or two off the ground, and then it's such a strong chassis, you could still open and close the bay doors, even with one wheel being a couple feet off the ground.
That strength is unheard of unless you go to Prevost.
Yes, sir. And in the front bay up here, we do have the driver window open right now, power driver window. And then below the driver cockpit, we've got our windshield wiper reservoir.
Yeah, you've got a bunch of air switches over on the right and a couple solenoids. And there's some switches that relate to the emergency brake. It's like an air valve that'll tell the system, hey, our emergency brake is engaged, because you have to have the emergency brake for things such as the slide out and the leveling system. And that's one of those things that if you call Prevost, if you're ever out on the road somewhere, Prevost is excellent with support. I mean, they know these coaches like the back of their hand, and they can walk you through things wherever you're at, 24/7 too.
Well, there's also some great resources in the Featherlight world as well. A long time ago, I heard about a gentleman by the name of Jim Marsh, that you can kind of pay an annual fee to be able to use him as a resource and call him when you need to troubleshoot. I've heard it's the best money Featherlight owners can spend to have him
the best.
Help out. Yeah.
Yes, he is. He's a secret weapon for sure.
Yeah. So if you buy this coach, you can connect someone with Jim, and they got to pay him some money to get his support, but definitely worth spending that money.
Definitely. That money will be coming back to you quickly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, the front end of this coach, this is the updated front end, updated headlights. So even though this is a 2011, this is more updated?
Yes, absolutely. This is the new look that goes up until 2024. So it has the front cap done, and it's what is going to make it look like a multi-million-dollar coach when you roll up in the campground.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, as impressive as the exterior of this coach is, I think the folks are going to really enjoy seeing the interior. We're going to have your dad help us show the interior, but let's take a look inside of this coach here. Well, Sachin, this interior does not feel like a 2011. One of the best looking 2011s I've ever been in.
I mean, it is gorgeous, Bus, man. I tell you what, I've never seen colors like this. The colors are just so pretty. I love it.
Really rich with the darker and light contrast.
Yeah.
And then this ceiling has a very cool modern design, something like you would see in a 2025 motorhome. And again, that dark and light contrast that really ties in together with the cream and dark brown. It's going to continue through the whole coach.
I like their ceilings, you know, shout out to Jimmy. His ceilings are like a yacht quality. I mean, I love this color. I can't say it, man. I'm so excited. I'm excited that you're here to talk about this.
Well, I'm really looking forward to test driving this. So in a moment, we're going to take this coach down the road. We're going to put the slide rooms in, show you what it's like with the slide rooms in, and show you how it drives as well, the whole cockpit, all of that. But what all is going on here in the Salon? Is this all from the factory like this, or is this upgraded?
The older guy owned it, him and his wife, and I tell you what I like about it is the furniture doesn't seem to be it doesn't have any excessive wear or anything like that. It's in really good shape. I mean, even and bath and a half. Did we say that?
Yes,
bath and a half. The floor plan is it's unreal. And none of these, you see the compartments. I mean, you notice stuff like that all the time.
Absolutely. No, I was looking
There's
through
no
this.
sign of abuse.
I was definitely impressed with no cracking on the cabinets. And these are timeless recliners here, still very similar to what we would see in the newer coaches. Extremely comfortable. And this leather has held up very well. You're sure these are the original recliners?
I think so. I think it's 2011. So what, 13 years old? It's similar like original.
Definitely a coach that's been very well cared for. And I like this. We've got a lot of countertop space up here in between the two recliners.
You got to push it in.
Oh,
it's a little.
Okay, I didn't. You learn something new every day. So that's kind of a keyboard tray here. If I wanted to move the recliner up, and then drawer space below that, really nifty the way that slides. And then I got to do that again, but it locks into place there, and then it's not going to open up while you're going down the road. You release it.
Yep.
Really high quality.
Eli had. I told him right earlier, just push it in, it comes out.
Yeah, super high quality. And, you know, that's something that we've started to see on some of the more late model coaches, but this was way ahead of its time. And I like the face of these cabinets too. They're a cream color, but they have a slight pattern in it.
It looks like a marble almost, the pattern.
Yeah, kind of
almost matches this tile. I mean, if you really notice, it looked like a marble.
Yeah, really blends together well. And then, you know, the nice darker color countertops. Now this has got the tablet, and I like to show everyone, it's got that picture of the coach right here. Cool to see that great looking coach. But what all can you do from this tablet?
Changes location. It shows you bath. Look, he'll show you.
Oh, look at this. Yeah. So now, we went to the bathroom features here. So yeah, you hit change location. So let's go to the stateroom.
Show you a bed.
Oh, that's cool. And then rear bath. There's a picture of the rear bath. And then you could do, you know, blinds, lighting,
unfortunately, I had a hard time hooking it up. You can let it be in the video, but everything works with this screen. And we'll see if we can blink it up.
Now, does this sofa turn into sleeping at all?
Absolutely. You just move these cushions out. All these 4 cushions are removable, and you got a nice pull-out air mattress. So it's really nice. So, you know, you're going to have a guest sleeps here, you know, comfortably, maybe 2-3 days, and you kick them out.
Yes, sir. Well, then, you know, with a bath and a half, really nice to have a separate bathroom for your guests. Now, really nice booth area over here, and I like the way that there's no carpet. They brought the same tile floors below the booth here. Now, above the dinette, I really like this style of lighting, you know, really a timeless design. It's almost like a wood grain or a brushed copper, brushed bronze look.
Yeah, I love the colors, man. They're going to get tired of me saying the colors. Colors are just so beautiful.
Yeah, cream and brown are timeless colors. We have a small art cabinet here. It looks like some cocktail glasses there, finished out in a red. Now, they don't have a holder, so I'm assuming we probably wouldn't want those there while we're going down the road.
Maybe I'll put some of those, what do you call, a little thing that holds it?
Yeah, something like that maybe.
Yeah, so it'll stay down there. Yeah,
cool art cabinet if you did want to put something, and you could put some of that yacht putty down in there to keep a little piece of artwork in place. A well-lit cabinet there.
I love the accent lightings, you know. Gorgeous.
Yeah, way ahead of the time, you know, lots of accent lighting. Here's another art cabinet or wine glass cabinet. Look at this. You can still see the lipstick on the wine glass there. It looks like someone's having too much
someone
fun
has drank it recently.
Yeah. A cool cream backsplash here. This is a good spot for like a coffee maker station.
This is a 2-door. Look, hey, I can come through there.
Yep. 2-sided access to your storage below. And then outlets. I was thinking, where would an outlet be for a coffee maker? They were thinking ahead. That's up top there.
or something, man. Yeah.
And I like this wall. It almost looks like broken glass, but I feel like it was meant to look like that.
Designed it that way, yeah. Yeah. So splash guard or whatever.
Yeah, you can touch both sides of this glass. No glass shards.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, almost look like it's broken, but it's designed for that way. Yeah.
Some good storage here in the galley. You know, super clean when we open these up. It's got that like velvet style material lining the cabinets. And then this is going to be the GE Avantium microwave convection oven behind this door that matches the cabinet. So that's out of sight, out of mind when you're not using it. More storage below the sink. A little spot here for a paper towel roll too. I like the positioning of that, keeping it out of the way.
Well, they're very clean. And you know, these are, is this dovetail, right? What they call them?
Yeah, dovetail construction and the Featherlight logo
yeah,
on the drawer.
Man, it's beautiful. I mean, there's no sign of abuse I see. It's just in great shape. I think one of the compartment up on top has a new heat, you know, your control for heated floor, heated tiles.
And then I like that it's got all the analog switches still here. So for the master shades, we can press one button. The lighting, we can unlock and lock the drawer doors. So
wow, hit that lock. Yep, you just heard it. Yep, now they're locked.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
That is some genius. They did it. This is a newer Featherlight. So after.
Yeah, now these are like more of the slide outs or the pop outs. So those aren't going to lock in place.
Everything else is locked.
But all these are locked. And then, you know, when you get to where you're going, you just press one button, unlock all the doors. I really like that. That was really thinking ahead.
Yep. Where's the unlock and lock button right here, right? Yep.
Boom, easy peasy.
Man. That is awesome. Yeah, I forgot about that. I mean, you know, when you have so many coaches, they kind of run in each other. But that is a great. I think the newer buses have them too. And I think when they put in drive, that automatically happens.
GE residential refrigerator. Do you know if this is original or if this has been upgraded?
You know, could be a lot of time. I can't see the date code, but it looks pretty darn new to me here.
Yes, sir.
Important thing, it works.
Yes, sir. Yeah, real nice pantry space there. A lot of storage. Now, this is a bath and a half coach. So really rare to find a bath and a half Prevost of this era. And then when you open this door, it's kind of blocking off your stateroom there, and plenty of room here in the bathroom. And check out this sink and this faucet. It's a very cool, more modern style faucet. And you know, even the mirror has this cool border around the mirror, and then those same style of lights like we saw above the dinette area. Some good storage here in your half bathroom with adjustable shelving, a little more storage back there. It does have a vent with a fan, but they've got these cool panels on the ceiling with the puck lighting to finish everything out. Really nice. And when you look at the crown moldings here, just so many little details that really take it over the top. There's just nothing like a Prevost motor coach, and Featherlight does a great job with the conversions. Coming back here into the rear suite, a lot of room back here.
I like what Featherlight does, and I'm not going to say other converters. They use original Prevost slide. I don't know. This is a big slide. Are these valid slide?
I believe this is a valid slide in this Featherlight. So huge bedroom slide here.
All right, so we got a closet here.
Yeah, well lit. Looks like an extra comforter there.
Yeah.
And then I like the counter
drawers, but below.
Good drawer space. And then I like how the countertops flow around as well. Really good look. And then we still have a lot going on here. I'm just curious. Yeah,
washer dryer.
Yeah, stackable washer dryer. And then this is going to be a lot of the business stuff back in here.
All central command, inverter controls, slide out controls are right here, climate controls, all that stuff.
Yeah, super clean though, the way that they put all this together. And again, I like having all of these manual switches to be able to control a lot of these components.
And they're wired, not Wi-Fi. What do you call it? They're not wireless.
Yes, sir. They're hardwired.
Yep, that's a great thing about it.
Yeah, and again, you were talking about that accent lighting. Here in the ceiling, even in the bedroom, we've got cool accent lighting in the ceiling. Again, more accent lighting above the cabinets there. When we open these up, some good storage for blankets or throw pillows above the bed. And then I always like to point out just these hinges, just so overbuilt. Now, is there another closet here? What's going on here?
Let's see. Well, we've got our electronic stuff, and then we've got a little safe on the bottom. So you got your track star, and you got your direct dish receiver here, and then you got your Blu-ray players and stereo system here. here, the Yamaha.
I don't know. I think these Direct TV could probably be pulled out and replace that with a Starlink. I think.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, maybe some people are still watching satellite TV, but I think YouTube is taking over.
Technology changes so
Yes, sir.
fast. So, you know, yeah, you could. Man, I'm telling you, I've seen some of the older coaches with the heat and stuff. They'll be coming, you know, separating and stuff. This thing, while we're walking around here, I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, no warping, no cracking on any of these cabinets.
Hey, look, this thing has some storage under the bed. It's pretty deep
Big
drawer.
drawer, yes, sir.
And we got some central vacuum, all the accessories right there under the bed. That's pretty nice.
Yes, sir.
This is a newer smart TV, just like in the front. It's been replaced by previous owner. And then you got, I think these are laundry hamps, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I love these huge laundry hampers here. We all need a spot to put our dirty laundry.
Yeah.
And I want to point out how clean the blinds are too. We've got, you know, the blinds behind the TV for that large Prevost window, but not only these blinds, but you know, the other blinds throughout the coach. I have not seen a single stain on any of the blinds. The upholstered wall panels back there are super clean. We got some more storage back here in the corner.
Absolutely.
A lot of storage in this coach.
Now look, if somebody wants to hang long clothes, you could remove this if you want to, you know, but it's a lot of storage. Yep.
Yeah, now we still have a rear bathroom as well.
Oh man, check it out. I got a button to open here.
I like the frosted glass inlay on the pocket door. That's an electric pocket door.
I call this Scotty Beam Me.
Yeah, beam me up, Scotty. Well, look at that shower. How clean and cool is that? This tile work is just beautiful. I mean, when you look closely, it is so clean as well. Was this detailed or?
Not yet. We detailed it outside and buffed it. We have cleaned it up, but not thorough detail yet. We're going to do a thorough detail.
Well, this is immaculate. I see the little squeegee. It looks like they definitely.
That's why you don't have a lot of water stain on the glass. You see
No, I would bet that they clean the tiles as well. I can't believe how clean these tiles are. And I really like those puck lights kind of side facing in the shower. I don't know if I've seen that before, but really cool style. And then it's got the double shower heads. And I'm 6'2". I can stand underneath the shower head.
Yeah.
Plenty of room. And this glass is in excellent condition. I love the way that Featherlight builds these shower door enclosures. Just very clean, high-end feel.
And I think there is a storage back here. Check it out, like almost a walk-in. Well, I wouldn't call it a walk-in, but it's a good sized closet.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could. I mean, I'm not going to stand.
Yeah,
I
look,
could. Probably could walk in it. Yeah, now this sink is a really cool style too. It's neat to see all the different styles of sinks that they put into these coaches. Very high-end.
That waterfall faucet, I guess, if you call it. I don't know what they call them.
Yeah, I think it's a waterfall style faucet. And then some good medicine cabinets. There's outlets in these medicine cabinets. And I know you haven't detailed inside of the medicine cabinets yet, but still just super clean. Yeah. Everything we've opened up, you can tell the original owner really cared for this coach. We see JL audio speakers in the headliner here with puck lighting. And again, these cool style lights like we've seen throughout the coach. And then you got that, you know, for the ladies that want to really see every little, you know, if you want to trim your nose hairs, you're set up right here.
Oh,
a backlit. That's backlit too. We didn't even turn on the backlighting there.
Oh, yeah.
Keep that away from me, but I don't want to see all that. We got a second head back here and then some storage there behind the head, it looks like.
Yeah, that's where you put some, you know, toilet chemicals.
Super clean.
Tissue paper and all that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's beautiful, man. This coach, I just can't get over the colors are just so gorgeous in the shower, man.
One of the prettiest showers I've ever seen in a motorhome. Timeless design. Well, as beautiful as this coach is, I think driving it is just as beautiful.
I'm going to make you drive today. I saw you driving that 91.
Hey, I'm looking forward to that.
With that.
Let's do it. 2011 Prevost Featherlight H3 double slide. Let's put the slide rooms in and show them what it's
travel space.
What it's like going down the road. And then I'm happy to take this test drive. You're trying to sell me.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So to put those slide outs in a Prevost, I believe we have to fire the engine up first.
Fire the engine up, yes, sir.
All right, let's
hear that.
Fire it up.
Detroit Series 60, man.
Yeah, one of the last pre-DEF Series 60s in a Prevost.
Yeah, maybe it's fired up. Let's see. So buttons, like older Prevost, older Featherlight were here. This one is in central command.
Okay.
For slide to come in, right up here. Slide.
Oh, super easy control.
Yeah.
So I like that. You know, driver's side, aft slide, retract. We'll press this button. Oh, now the lights.
Goes off. This is going to come in. You're doing the aft, right? I
Yep.
think so, yeah.
Now, so right now the slide is deflating. This does have the air seal, and you're going to have to
coming
watch
in.
out because that's
I need to get out of here.
And so the blinds are automatically going down as the slide room comes in as well. Is that just part of the
I think
process?
so, because it's doing it some kind of program automation, yep.
So smooth. And then
I think
now
you'll hold it till the light goes off. You
Yes,
know how
sir.
they got, so even after they come in, you got to hold the button for a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, and then once the slide room comes in, the seals are going to inflate again so that you have that sealed off, no air is escaping. It's going to keep the noise out of the coach and also keep the warm air in on a cold South Carolina day.
Yeah, it sure is, and it's going to get 60 today. That's all.
All right, so I wait for a second now before, so when the light turns off is when I can let it go?
Yep.
Okay, boom, perfect.
There you go. Now you can
Okay,
bring the
so
front
now
one in.
we'll do the front slide room. Are we all clear up there?
We're clear, sir. Come on in. Unlike production coaches, you don't have to worry about driver's seat is in the way or anything like that. So it's all ready to go. There you go. Still going to have a good bit of a travel space. That's what you're trying to show.
Yeah.
With the slide in.
Yeah, super smooth. You mentioned production motorhomes. A lot of times when we put the slide rooms in a production coach, we're going to be hearing little
Some
cracks
squeaks and rattles. Yep, exactly.
Not the
these.
case with this coach. Now, to get to the rear bathroom, we would need to climb over this bed, but we can still easily access the half bathroom here in the middle of the coach while we're going down the road. Easy access to your refrigerator. And then I am going to press this drawer lock, so
Bam.
those are all going to be locked, where the newer ones do that automatically, but I don't mind saving a couple $1 million and
Exactly.
pressing a button for it. I think the new Featherlights are over $3 million new, so well, I think we need to unplug the 50 amp. And,
Lots of space, right?
yeah, really spacious. I mean, this could be livable if we were hanging out tailgating, and for some reason weren't able to put the slide room out, still plenty of room. You can still see your TV up front. Now, does this TV come up into the ceiling?
No,
this is TV?
This is a stationary on this.
Okay.
So we're going to unplug and hit the road.
Sounds good.
You driving it.
All right, so Mayan is stepping in. You're going to take us for a little cruise, and then we'll switch out, and you guys let me drive this in a few?
Let's go. Yeah, we're going to try not to get any speeding tickets today because you kind of forget how fast you're going in these.
How old were you when you first drove a Prevost?
Ooh. I think I was about 17. It's whenever we had that 2000 model Prevost bus a few years back that had extremely low miles. And I remember the first time driving that bus being shocked at the lack of vibrations coming through the chassis. I had to look down at the tack just to remind myself, oh yeah, the engine's running.
Yeah.
I'm not used to this.
Now, had you driven production motorhomes before then?
Absolutely. I had grown up, traveling in a production motorhome since I was a young kid, maybe 6, 7, in Beavers.
Yeah.
And, all kinds of stuff.
I heard a story when you were about 12 years old, your dad was in the back of the coach and your mom was in the back of the coach, and your mom didn't know who was driving, and you were 12 years old driving a coach somewhere?
Maybe. Yeah, we had some fun for sure.
We won't say whether you were on a public road or not, but you've been doing this since a young age for sure.
Yes, it would be a lot of fun. I would be showing a coach, and customers would start getting a little uneasy in situations like this. Seeing a high school kid maneuvering a coach through a storage facility was interesting.
Well,
it was a lot of fun for me.
Yeah, especially a
them.
$750,000 coach like we're in right now. Now, this is probably one of the nicer. You guys touch a lot of nice units. There's James AZ Expert. Shout out to James. You guys do touch a lot of really nice units, but this is probably one of the nicer units you guys have had here. Or
Definitely agreed. This is one of the crown jewels.
absolutely, a 2011 bath and a half. Featherlight, super rare coach.
Yeah, I agree. This thing is, you can have a lot of fun with this type of bus.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to drive it too. You know, it's a different perspective on the craftsmanship. How does it ride down the road? How does all this cabinetry and everything in here just sit as you hit the undulations and just cruise on down the road? So I'm excited to see you drive this thing too.
Yeah, looking forward to it. This was cool. It did have the button where the drawers locked just by pressing a button to lock all the drawers, where the new Featherlights are going to automatically lock when the engine turns on. But so this has 130,000 miles on it, barely getting broken in. And I think for this sweet spot, that's right around a little less than 10,000 miles a year. So I like that it's been used, you know, not overused. It's not a 1,000,000-mile tour bus, but sometimes when they sit, I feel like they tend to be more problematic when they aren't used as often. Would you agree?
Totally agree. Yeah, these machines like to be used for sure.
There's some old cars out there. That's a couple oldies out there.
Yeah, there's this is a friend of ours that lives down the street. He's got a little bit of a collection in there. He's got like 7 or 8 80s Mustangs, all white, because that was like his first car. Super cool.
Nice. Those old Fox bodies, those are cool.
Yeah, I think they are the old Fox bodies, like first gen.
Now, I just turned off the dash AC just to give you guys a, audio of what it sounds like. And it is pretty chilly here in Greenville today, so I don't know if we need that dash AC, but it was blowing nice and cool. And here we can lock and unlock the front door. We've got a generator on off. We've got a step cover right here. I'm going to press a button. Yeah, and I like the way it's got that woven vinyl on the step cover as well as the entryway here. Got a map light for your passenger. Oh, here, I can retract the step cover from this lighting panel as well. Control the buddy seat light. Oh, yeah, up there. My shade controls, I'm going to leave those up right now.
The way this thing feels, it is tight. Like,
super smooth.
Yeah, this is, sometimes these coaches can have a bit of a loose feeling center point, but this one is just coming out the gate. I mean, it's got this tightness to it. I'm excited to get this on the highway too.
Yeah, super smooth. And, depending on, how the suspension components have been maintained or, replaced, as well as date codes on the tires. We're going to have to look at the date codes on the tires. We didn't look at those yet, but that definitely can really affect the ride of a coach.
Absolutely. I think, yeah, it's crazy, like, comparing this to, like, super low miles coaches. From the ones I've driven, older coaches with low miles are excellent, but it still comes down to what does it feel like when you get it out there on the road?
Mm-hmm.
And, to my memory, like, another amazing driving Prevost bus that we had was Clint Black's.
Oh, yeah.
That thing was dialed, and it had about 500,000 miles on it.
Well, again, these are, like airplanes. A lot of the aircraft flying around on these commercial airlines are 20 plus years old, but when they're fully maintained, they're still operational, still safe. And, this bus, when it's fully maintained, it's, you have that shell, the Prevost shell, it's like an airplane that just needs to be maintained. And, that's why so many of these are 1,000,000-mile buses. But it does require, spending money on servicing the coach and maintaining it. But the nice thing about that is Prevost really has that process streamlined, because so many of these Prevost buses are used for tour buses for all of the different musicians and recording artists. They're also used for a lot of seated passenger buses. Yesterday we saw a team, I think there's like a college basketball tournament going on here in Greenville.
Yes.
And Eli's got a great eye. It was the first new body style 9660 shell we saw transporting a basketball team. So cooler to see the different phases of Prevost, and even that new body style is being used in other applications other than motorhomes. and then the motorhome industry can kind of piggyback on that technology. Now this is a pretty rough road here, Eli. If you're able to show them with the camera, you know, lots of bumps in the road.
Yeah, this is a classic test for, you know, kind of shake out the suspension type road right here.
Absolutely.
And if you come to, you know, South Carolina area, it's nothing new.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of potholes here. Not to knock you guys' roads, but man, driving that BMW M5 your dad hooked us up with last night, I was being extra cautious not to put that into a pothole. That wouldn't be good.
Yeah, it seems to be a magnet for them too with this.
I mean, yeah, these, are you seeing how mangled these roads are?
It's crazy.
It's,
There's a couple rattles, I mean, but going down that road, it's kind of hard not to.
yeah, very minor. It's still very peaceful back there. And here in a second, let's walk to the back of the coach and just show everyone what it's like going down the road. This is kind of a curvy road, so I'll wait till we're on more of a straightaway here. Oh, there we go, an old E55 Benz.
Ooh.
I like those.
He's got a couple of cool cars. He's got like a Aventador and stuff. You put
really?
a body kit on. Works on all kinds of Euros.
You see that pot? I mean, check out these potholes here. I mean, look at that pot. I mean, that's bad. Look at this. Man.
Gnarly.
Yeah,
This area is it's getting a lot of investment too. You know, there's a lot more people building around here. Industrial and a lot of residential. It's kind of interesting seeing that because, oh, look at the green Porsche.
Oh, yeah. I love that color. Is that like the Verde green? Or I don't know. There's a few different Porsche colors. That looks like a real, I don't think that's a wrap. I think that's the real deal there. It's going to be hard to.
Yeah, he's got a racing hook too on the front. He's ready to go.
Yeah, these guys, if you don't know Sachin and Mayan here at RV Max, these guys are car guys too. They like their Porsches and BMWs and
just a little bit. We have an addiction. We drank the Kool-Aid. Oh my gosh, this front end is fantastic.
all right, are we getting on a freeway here?
That's what I was thinking. Will you let
Cool.
me know?
Yeah, sounds good.
Oh, brakes. Those steel brakes, the disc brakes are so nice when it comes to like trying to feather the brakes and come to a smooth stop and smooth transitions. I just feel like it's so much easier when you have all disc brakes. And the Prevost brakes on this coach feel so nice too. It's just easy for me. Because sometimes that's the complaint. Like when I'm driving around town in one of those Porsches, Kaya's complaining, which I understand if I'm jerking or coming to a quick stop. But
At high RPM, you're running around at high RPMs. It's a little more jerky, but you know that reminds me. A lot of the production motor coaches are going to have engine brakes, and a lot of the Prevosts are going to have the trans retarder. And the trans retarder seems to be a lot more smooth than the engine brake, especially those, you know, when they have the X15 605, it's so much power. But when, you know, even on low engine brake, when you take your foot off the gas, it kind of jolts everybody forward in the seat because it's kind of an aggressive movement where the Prevost brakes are just super smooth. And I find myself using the actual brake pedal a lot more in the Prevost with the engine. With the trans retarder, where in the production motorhomes, a lot of times the engine brakes are so strong, I don't even have to press the brake pedal. I mean, they'll literally stop just off of the engine brakes.
yeah. Yep. Totally agree. And I think that's some of the weight difference too on those production coaches. That big old, jerky stop.
No, that's all good.
It's so much fun trying to drive these coaches smooth. These are some of those rewarding too. I love seeing in the mirror the little flared arches around the wheels.
Yeah.
There's like a line with the body trim that goes to those arches.
These are the more updated arches, right? Or
I believe these are original. It's got the updated front cap.
okay.
And just to my eye, they're original 11 model side kits. A little more boxy than the newer ones, and I kind of like that in a way too. I like the original face on these too. I thought those were cool. But of course, the front end on this can make it look like, holy cow, that's a multi-million-dollar coach right there.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, the front end of this coach, they were using that same front end up until 2024 model coaches. So still definitely a very timeless design.
Yeah, and it's got some good angles to it.
All right, let's see how quickly this baby can accelerate.
Let's do it.
We got a little downhill slopes.
Second gear was engaged. There's third, fourth. Oh yeah, she's strong.
Oh yeah.
She's very strong. I have to come off the power to match the highway speed. Coming in. And I see our left camera is not coming on with indicator. Not sure if we even have left indicator cameras on here, but this thing, you can always hook them up into this unit.
So it's a rear view camera currently.
Yep, it's a rear view.
And I want to show everybody what it's like while we're going down the road. Eli, let's walk to the back of the coach here real quick. I'll walk with you just to kind of show everybody what we're feeling. Man, I can't get over how nice this is. And it's such a trip to look out of these windows with cars passing us. I mean, a semi passing us. And it just feels like we're in a sanctuary. I mean, I could sit down here and read a book or, watch my, tablet. Coming here back towards the mid-bath. I mean, I'd be very happy to stand here while we're going down the road and use the facilities. And I'm pretty confident that I could use this without getting any pee on the toilet seat because it's so smooth. So now we're gonna hear that Detroit Diesel Series 60 a little more back here. And I did take a tour bus once for like 3 weeks. Now, going down the road, I don't know, having a north-south facing bed would be better for going down the road, but if I needed to lay down and take a nap, you got a little bit of that white noise from the engine, but still super smooth. I mean, it's not jolting me around. I don't feel a lot of, jolting. Now, when Maya needs to stop or accelerate, if you're facing this way, you're going to kind of feel that. We're in a north-south bed. You don't feel it as much when the driver has to stop the bus, but it's super chill back here. I could turn on the TV back here, maybe crank up the stereo and just kick back and relax while we're going down the road. But let's go check in on Maya, and we're going, we're going down Interstate I-85 here, so. Yeah, super smooth.
There's I know of a ramp where we can catch some air.
All right, let's do it. If we want to get a lot of views on YouTube, if that won't do it, I don't know what will. So.
Do some. Yeah, this thing is butter. It is absolutely butter. Just the heyday of that Series 60.
Yeah, is there a good spot where maybe we could switch out and...
You read my mind.
Should we show everybody how easy it is to switch out without... No, I'm just kidding. Some of you may know that trick. Some of you may know what we're talking about, but...
Find an empty stretch, slow on down, set cruise. Or maybe not slow on down. Yeah, it's crazy how the difference from like 45 to like 65 almost doesn't feel any different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're going about 65 miles an hour right now. So.
Right on the money. It's really addicting once you get the hang of the feel to these things, just sitting in the lane and just powering out. I just floated up to more than 65.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it coming down that hill.
Do you know if this bus has a governor on it?
I am not aware. But let's find out. No, I'm not sure. I know the speedo goes up to 80, and I have heard of people running pretty fast with these buses.
It's not a race car though, so really, I don't really feel like there's much time where there's a need to go more than 80 miles an hour. Maybe when you're passing a semi, but still, I'd rather be on the more conservative, safe side, take a little bit longer to get where I'm going and get there safely than, try to be in a race. If we wanted to be in race cars, we'd go hang out with Mayan and his dad and play with some of their Porsches and BMW M series. But these buses, these serve a different purpose. So.
True. These are the most capable of it, but I agree with that. I drive pretty conservatively for the most part, but definitely will float up to a legal speed limit in the right situation.
Yes, sir.
Especially with this coach.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, especially with passengers and everything. My main goal in driving a bus is like smoothness, because I'm always riding with somebody. I just love the concept of these things, being able to travel down the road and, like you were just walking around back there, hanging out.
Yeah.
You could be playing a video game, doing work, reading a book.
Yeah.
Using the facilities. That's always fun.
When you grew up motorhoming, do you have any fun stories of, your years of growing up around motorhomes?
I don't know why, but the one, one time my dad and I were coming from the Keys. My mom was separate. We had a trailer, and she was driving her car separately. And I had made my dad and I some veggie burgers while we were going over the 7 Mile Bridge in the Keys. And I put some of his hot sauce, which he requested on his, on mine, and ended up, absolutely on fire. On the 7 Mile Bridge while he's driving down the road. I was in the shower trying to rinse my mouth out. I have so many good memories.
But how convenient is that if you do need to take a shower while you're going down the road? Now, I wouldn't recommend it. It can get a little slippery. You might want to at least have a grab handle. I remember, talking to a friend that traveled a lot in tour buses that said sometimes they would shower while they're going down the road if they needed to catch a flight or something. But it's nice to have that in an emergency situation. So.
Absolutely. I agree. That reminds me of when my dad would be showering in the back of a coach while driving down the road, and I would just pop over on the little, this aspect, and he would get scared. All right, I need to find a place to turn around. We're going towards Clemson right now. Why don't we just, we could go pick up the Clemson football players in this bus. I think they'd appreciate the upgrade.
Absolutely. They're probably used to riding around in these Prevost buses.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, they're very used to riding in Prevost.
So how far is your dealership from Clemson University?
We're probably about 45 minutes from Clemson University. So relatively close. I used to make the drive every day. Speaking of which, there's a bus that goes from iCar to Clemson.
Nice.
I'm sorry, iCar bus drivers. Most of them were good. There was one, he would come to a stop in his bus and just, I swear, nail on the brakes 4 or 5 times to bring the bus to a stop. I'm like, please let me drive, dude. I will drive us. Just sit in the back, enjoy your coffee. Let me whip this thing.
There's an art to driving these buses for sure. And a lot of you, if you've ever wondered, right there, we've got the truth. If you zoom in on that sign, size matters. So you want a 45-foot motor coach. If you want to be the big dog on the road, this is the way to do it. So.
It does matter. Size and weight.
Yeah. it's not just the size of the coach, like you said, it's the weight and the structure. You know, this has that stainless steel structure, really nothing like the Prevost shell in the industry.
Totally agree. It keeps you grounded.
Oh yeah, that's a good way of saying that.
All right, time for the swap.
All right, looking forward to taking this for a spin.
Let's go.
I need to lower my seat a little bit here.
You know, I'm thinking it has exhaust brake and trans retarder. I see the buttons on the steering wheel.
And I've got the window open here just to get a little fresh air in here. All right, yeah, this is, you know, super smooth right out of the gate. Am I going right here on the highway or?
Yep, make it right here.
All right. Now the right side camera did turn on, so that is functioning. And then when I turn off the signal, the rear goes. But yeah, that right might need something updated or something.
We've got a great audio video service who can come and take care of that. Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah, nice to have the side cameras.
Yeah, it's a clear picture too. You know, different coaches aren't always as clear.
I have a good hope in that at night too.
Yeah,
The quality you see, the better they are at night.
absolutely. All right, nice wide turn here. Whoa.
We're off.
Yeah, super smooth right away. I like the wood grain steering wheel, really nice feel. Yeah, these potholes, man.
Hey, it's a good test environment.
Yeah,
It definitely puts the road, you know, it puts the coach to the test as far as what's going to happen under stress. And that's the biggest thing. I think biggest difference you see is when they are stressed, when you're getting, you know, pressured by lots of winds and you know, undulations in the road. That's where the coach shines even more when compared to.
oh, 100%. Yeah, anyone could take it down a smooth. You could take a production coach down a smooth road. We're getting on 85 North here.
Right on the money.
Yep. Yeah, and even, you know, even a brand new road, a production coach on brand new tires is going to sound super smooth if the road is super smooth. So, but unfortunately, that's not the case when you go travel this beautiful country we have. A lot of cool sights to see, but you're going to have to go over some rough roads to get there. Yeah, I felt like I was going a little hot around this curve, but these are just on rails. I'm not feeling any body sway. And again, just the smoothness, the refinement. There's nothing like a Prevost on the road, just as far as the feeling of being on rails.
It's so satisfying too, just being here observing it and as a passenger.
Well, what I've noticed driving Prevost, you know, I haven't been on nearly as many long Prevost trips as you have. I've driven a lot of Prevosts, but usually it's just a quick test drive like this where you're driving them across country, you're really getting to use them. And what I've noticed when I've had the opportunity to drive a Prevost for a long distance was I did not get fatigued. It's much more fatiguing. Like I remember when I had a Tiffin Phaeton, great motorhome, but after 500 or 600 miles, I needed to stop for the day. And I think in a Prevost, I put down like almost 900 miles in a day or just something insane. Like nobody should be driving that many miles in a day, but sometimes you just feel like you just want to get to where you're going and you don't want to sit around and sleep. So you'd rather keep driving. And this Prevost shell enables you to be comfortable and not be fatigued. And
Yep.
just, am I getting off here or keep
Get
going?
on your left lane if you can.
Cool.
You good now?
Cool.
Yep, and this is right where the normal police officer hangout would be. I know this trip well, coming back and forth from Clemson.
Nice little local fun fact here. If you're coming through I-85 through Greenville, South Carolina, this is where the cops hang out.
But they're cool with the buses. They're very cool with the buses.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. The cops really don't seem to really mess with motorhomes too often. I don't think I've ever been pulled over in a motorhome. Have you?
I have not. And there's very few people who are, but not shockingly, my dad is actually one of the people who has been pulled over multiple times.
Oh, really?
In a motor coach. But for the most part, no. You know, the demographic of people in motor coaches is just having fun and just good-natured people. So I think that's felt throughout this country.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Yeah, I want to get some more stories from your dad. Your dad has so many great stories of selling coaches, and he's just such a passionate guy, just a great guy. I had a chance to hang out with him more. He came and stayed actually on my property for a couple nights down in Sarasota. They camped in a motorhome, and I got to spend a weekend with him and your mom, and just class act people, just good people. I just love motorhomes, and love the opportunity to be able to kind of play with these machines, and really enjoy hanging out with your dad and hearing his stories.
Well, same to you, Andrew. It's been a great experience hanging out with you, and yeah, they had a lot of fun. They were raving when they came back.
Yeah, well, we got to get you down to Sarasota. You and your fiance are welcome anytime. We'll roll out the red carpet for you.
I look forward to it. I really appreciate that.
I've got 50 amp too, so.
Hey, you're talking my speed. That's the only way I come is in a coach.
Yes, sir. VIP only on that 50 amp too.
Let's go.
So. Sir. It's a 60 mile an hour zone, and I got to be careful here. It's easy to let this bus run, and it's so smooth that I didn't realize I was breaking the speed limit there.
Yeah, it's crazy, like seeing the speedo fluctuate over there, and it just doesn't feel any different to me as a passenger. I just see it doing this meaningless thing.
Yeah, well, and when we walked to the back of the coach here a minute ago, that's when I really was able to really feel it, because you're chilling back there, and you could be chilling back there while we're going down the road the same as we'd be chilling back there when the bus is parked. It's just such a tranquil ride.
Totally. And this is our normal exit here.
All right.
RV Max headquarters.
All right. Well, we'll get this bus safely back to the shop, but really appreciate the opportunity to test drive this coach here.
Anytime. Thank you for having fun with us. This was great.
How much money does someone need to become the next owner of this rare bath and a half?
$749.
$700
$100 million.
Yeah, so
way under a mil.
Yeah, so $750,000. And if someone's a serious and qualified buyer and they want to purchase this coach or one of the other awesome coaches we saw here today, who can they get a hold of?
Mine or me, just call us, 864-404-0054. Mine is 864-376-5600.
Awesome. So they can call both of you and beat you guys up against each other?
There you go. Yeah, hey, yeah. Call mine first.
Sounds good. Well, Sachin, really appreciate you showing us some amazing coaches today.
Thank you, man. Thank you for coming out.
Yeah, we really appreciate you. Also appreciate all of you out there subscribing. Hope you're all having a great day. Thanks again.